This painting here, it's just one of my favorite paintings. It's almost 100% Impressionism, as you can see. Really like this one. The stars, the contrast, the colors, even though there's only a few, I really like the colors. Yeah, I like Impressionism because it gives me more of a chance to invent, think outside the box, and create my own stuff, even though this has inspirations behind it as well. Yeah, this painting is amongst my favorites. I'm sure on that, just because of the style. I like the kind of the firmness of the painting, the look and the shape of the guard here, the soldier, and then the towers, the buildings. I think the stars. See, everything has character in here, and I really like that. It makes a fun painting. If it was just exactly like real life, it wouldn't be this fun. That's the wonderful thing about art. You can make anything you want and express yourself and then make it as fun as you want it to be or as fun as you think it is. And it just, you can be so creative and inventive. I think I've said this before. If I had to paint other people's ideas and I didn't really agree with the ideas or I didn't think that they were something that inspired me or that I was really motivated to do, I wouldn't be an artist because it wouldn't be fun. It would be draining, it would be tiresome. But this I can invent, and that's what I really like about it. Yeah, this is one of those paintings that I really got into when I did it, and it's strange. But one of the you wouldn't know it by looking at this painting at all. But one of the inspirations was at the beginning of a few movies that I've watched, including I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I think 1 and 2, and then some other action movies I think. But there was um, a logo at the beginning, a company. I think it was Media, something like Media Entertainment, and it was interesting. But it had a silver, it had stars, and then like the silver letters, Media Entertainment, and it came on the screen, and there were stars in the background. Well, if you interpret it, these are the stars in the background, obviously, and then the buildings and the soldier kind of represented this the silvery look of the media word letters. That's one inspiration, as well as just kind of being a night person and just watching certain movies and reading certain books. Really let the imagination run wild. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? Yeah, it just everything about this has style. It has character. And then you have soldiers in the background, way in the back. I put there guards watching. These stars have interesting shapes and configurations and very interesting constellations there. Really like those. And then the soldier. Most of it is just my own imagination. The inspiration about that media symbol that was part of it, but most of it just came from the mind. And then thinking about ancient empires, this is kind of a representation of certain ancient empires, whether it's the Roman or the Greek or the Persian or the Medo-Persian Empire or the Babylonian Empire. The Babylonian Empire was first, and then the Medo-Persian Empire after that. But all that kind of played into this. It was all in my mind when I was painting it. It's almost dreamlike, and
I think the reason it has such style and character to it is because not only was all that in my mind, but it represents those empires kind of mixed together, and then just throwing my own flavor into it. This guard, this soldier, is very interesting to me. For some reason, I think I kind of remember a, a figure like this, but I don't know where it came from. Sometimes I get these imaginations and these images and these thoughts, and I don't know exactly what the inspirations are behind them. And if I do, I'll let you know. But yeah, very interesting. This figure. He's stalwart. He's firm. He's watching over the empire that he belongs to. A lot of interesting star constellations and configurations here. I just made this stuff up. I wasn't really thinking about any constellation in particular, except maybe Ursa Major, Ursa Minor, but I don't see that here. Could have been in another painting. You got these stars kind of going down. That's light. See, I kind of traced in between them. That's light. There's stars down here because the idea is that everything is high up. Everything here is high up. Of course, you can have stars on the horizon. I understand that, but my idea for this painting, when I was painting it, is that it's high up, and he might be standing on another tower or a walkway that's been elevated, kind of lifted up, so he could see from a distance and warn the others if there's a army approaching or danger of some sort. But yeah, when I think about ancient empires and I think about a lot of that stuff, you know, I could try to make this look realistic and just make it look how it really was, which would be fine. But to me, the style and the character of this and the representation of those empires, to me, is more funner than actually making it look the way it actually was, even though that would be impressive too. And I enjoy that art as well, but with everything exaggerated like this, with the shine of the stars, the name of this painting is Shining Empire, actually, and it's on. I actually put it on Redbubble, redbubble.com. And if you go there and go to their search engine, just type in Shining Empire, and this should come up. Eventually you'll find my work, but it's available on t-shirts and socks and clocks and all kinds of stuff. Just normal posters and art prints, metal prints. I think it's you can it comes in the form of laptop skins that you can use, but all kinds of products with this art on them. Very, very good. This is one of my favorite paintings, Shining Empire. I did another one, but I'm not sure if I'll ever put it on the channel. It's pretty good, but I don't know if it's good enough to put it on Redbubble. I might do another one besides that, and if it's good enough, I might put it on redbubble.com in the future. But yeah, when I look at this, my imagination runs wild. And it ran wild when I painted it too. Thinking about the cool night, the cool air, the shine from the buildings, the shine from the weapons, the shine from the swords or the spears, like this long spear here. Late into the night when the stars are shining. He's guarding the empire from who knows what dangers lurk out there. or even from another empire that might want to invade. I do this a lot in my paintings, kind of like, even when I do water, it's almost like a whirlpool. This one here, it just kind of reminded me of that, even though it's stars. And here's like the number 8. I think it's a symbol of infinity, I think. And this here was just something, all this is just mostly stuff I made up, the shapes and the direction that these stars go and how big they are and how small they are. That way it gives a idea of distance, a look of distance. So this is out of all the paintings I've done like this is probably the best and the only one I'll probably show for now. Yeah, thinking about the ancient Persian Empire, Medo-Persian Empire, Greek Empire, Roman Empire. There's a lot of stories to be told about those empires. And Babylon, of course. Probably go for hours and hours if you talk to an expert or a professor who specialized on the history of those empires. But all this stuff goes through my mind when I paint paintings like this. It's really thought-provoking. I really like it. The weather, even the cool air at night, rain, all kinds of stuff can inspire paintings, movies, obviously, songs. Songs is a big deal. They really inspire me too. Yeah, recently when I was painting, I was doing a series called Night Shift Enigma, and I kept the song by Eric Clapton, Cream, the song The Badge. For some reason that song kept going through my mind when I was painting those paintings. And I actually, a lot of those paintings are inspired by some really fun experiences that I've had with a good friend, and Night Shift Enigma, that's available on Redbubble too. But yeah, The Badge with Eric Clapton, Cream, the old band Cream, it kept running through my mind, and those were some good times that I had with my friend. And now here, I just keep thinking of all kinds of stuff, but like the cool night, and then you get the silvery bluish color to this painting. Something about that. I'm not sure if I should have made it look more silvery, but it's got a bluish tint to it, but it still turned out really good. I'm proud of it. I like it. I hope you enjoyed it too. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video. And the plan is to be back soon with another video, another edition of Doorway to the Paintings. One more full look of it here. So take care, everybody. And as usual, good night. Let's go into the unknown.